Alright, after glue up I have two trays with a nice piston fit. And that's great. So I've got 6 by 4, 24, 48 earring ring dividers. So this is drawer 1. Now drawer 2, after talking with my resident jewelry expert, aka my wife, she thinks it would be nice to have take 4 of these and make one pocket, so 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then have these be long ones this way, 4 long ones. Then the other design that she would like to see is, let me grab my pencil and paper here. So here's the original one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to do that 2 times. Then one time I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to do that once. So I'm going to make 5 more trays. The bottom drawer will have an open space. This will all be open, and I'll just rim the outside so that the tray sits on top like that with a wide open space. Now the top will also be wide open, but basically double this depth for anything that won't fit in these spaces, I guess. So I think that'll do just fine. I like the way these trays turned out. I was a little apprehensive when I first started them because things were not really lining up, but with some sanding and some finagling, why, I got some pretty nice joints here. And I'll have to sand these inside pieces and then line all of these squares. And we should be good to go. Tried something a little different with these next set of trays. I used spacers instead of cutting my tray and then using my tray as the reference. It worked out good, except when you make a mistake, you're going to double your error and you're going to have the same mistake on every piece. So I did all my trays because I want to, have everything be the same. And somewhere along the line, the spacer for this cut and this cut was a little off. And when I cut my dividers, this groove had to be shifted toward the outside. Now it looks like it's way off, but it is not. It's off, but it's not way off. This is 3 1/16, and this one is 3 inches. So a 1/16 of an inch mistake. And the thing about this error is that it is on the remaining 5 trays. So I've got an identical tray to this one, and then my long tray. Let me show you that one. Hang on one second. I'll just show you the base. I don't have it put together, but maybe you can see better the width of the cut. So it was this cut, and this one had to be adjusted to the outside. So this will be a little bit wider, but this is much going to be a much less noticeable on this tray. So I think I'm good. Once I get it all put together, this groove will fill. I'll put glue in here and kind of fill that gap with glue, and then because I'm doing liners, you'll never see that that mistake, I guess I'll put it that way. So this one and the other one are ready to glue up. I'll dry fit my pieces in here, and then this one will be ready to glue up. So I'll get them put together and we'll come back and see how everything looks. Alright, my long divided tray, I forgot I have to make a little custom piece here that divides these two sections. My first thought was just take this long one and use it in the center and cut it here and here, but this way I get two shots at it. If I take this to the outside, make my rabbit cut there and out here, then if I screw up, I've got another chance to do it again by just shifting it over and cutting it here. Alright, ready for glue up. I got it on the first piece, so that's good. Didn't have to do it twice. So this one's ready for glue up. Okay, a new clamping strategy here, and this is working out terrific. I've got these 20 by 80 extrusions. I'll be able to get 2 drawers on here, but with these cauls, I can put nice even pressure on this thing, push these sides in, and everything is just staying in place beautifully. The other thing I noticed when I didn't have the one in the middle, and it was kind of an afterthought, but I added it, and when I did and clamped these down, I could hear a couple little pops in here, so that meant that a couple of those dividers were not fully seated, and now I know they are. So this is going to be a much better strategy for me, even though I don't know I'll be doing anything like this again. But if you have the ability or the means to have something like this, pick up some of these flat extrusions, and they give you a nice clamping surface to just put nice even pressure all the way around on this project. I'll get the next drawer in here, and hopefully I got enough clamps. 2, 4. Need 2 more. I'll find them. And then once these set up, I'll glue the third one. Starting to work on the feet, and I've already made 2 of these cuts. Just going to do a simple rabbet here, but this makes it a lot easier to run through the saw. Got my stop back here. Keep pressure against it this way and run it through. Lengthen this a little bit. And we'll see how this first one goes. I'm taking a pretty thin cut here, or leaving a pretty thin cut, but this should keep the pressure on it and keep it stable enough to run it through. table saw fence moved on me. I've got to make this cut again. This is the depth I want. Yeah, these are not the same width. I noticed I didn't have my fence locked down, and that's what happened. It moved on me. So let's go back to this one. Take a thin shaving here. Yeah, there we go. Make sure your fence is locked down tight. Alright, now I have what I want. Same depth. Now I'll take these, I'm going to miter them this way, or this way and this way, so I can make a wrapped corner. Alright, I've got some less than attractive joints here. They're pretty open. So let me show you how I'm dealing with that. A little sawdust. Force it down in there. All right, and you want to do this before the final sanding. This one I missed, so I have sanded this, but I think it'll be okay. This is super glue. I'm just scooping it out of my bottle here because my tip is solid. And you're going to want to have some nail polish remover on hand for this. So I'll clean up my finger here in a little bit. But basically that'll take care of it. I'll run this on my sander lightly because I'm at pretty much where I want to be. But I'll clean this up a little bit and I'll bring it back and show you what it looks like. There, now once I get a little finish on that, it's just a natural finish I'm putting on there, but this will all just disappear. Alright, I'll just keep on with the process here. Make sure everything feels good. Then we'll get ready to cut these liners. Oh, and the feet too. Alright, I'm getting ready to cut the feet for this box. And but before I do that, I wanted to show you these dividers are all finished and set to go. Let me bring this down a little there. So these are the jewelry or the earring dividers, earring rings. I've got 48 spaces for those. This second drawer has a duplicate set up as well. Bracelets, watches, whatever. So these, like I said, those are doubled. And then the bottom one, necklaces, again some bracelet or watches, and then this drawer is just going to have these standoffs on the bottom and be wide open here. So they look pretty good. I got to line all these shelves, but I'm going to work on these feet first. And I'm not real enthused about what's going on here just yet. I got to get a better look at it. But I know one thing for sure: this is too tall. I'm going to cut that down to 1/4 of an inch so it only covers up half of this bottom. And then this I can leave alone. But this is going to get cut to 1/4 inch height wise.